As I sit here, confined within these cold, damp prison walls, my mind races with haunting memories and secrets that I have long kept hidden. The world may think I'm a monster, but they have no idea of the true darkness that lurks within the corridors of power. My name is Daniel Hartman, and I was once a member of the most secretive and feared organization in existence, the Illuminati. It began innocently enough. I was a young and ambitious journalist, hungry for the truth. When an anonymous tip led me to uncover a hidden meeting of the world's elite, I stumbled upon a vast conspiracy that would change my life forever. I was offered a choice: join them or face the consequences. Fearful of the unknown, I accepted their invitation, unknowingly sealing my own fate. Within the Illuminati, I was exposed to their twisted rituals and insidious plans. They spoke of controlling governments, manipulating economies, and pulling the strings of society. I became a pawn in their game, spreading disinformation and propaganda to shape the world according to their desires. But as time went on, I began to question their motives. The power I had once craved had become a burden too heavy to bear. One fateful night, during a clandestine gathering deep in the bowels of an ancient castle, I witnessed an act so depraved, so vile, that it shattered my already fragile psyche. The Illuminati reveled in their dark arts, sacrificing innocent lives to feed their insatiable hunger for power. I knew then that I had to escape this nightmarish existence, but the path to freedom would not be an easy one. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, I meticulously plotted my escape. I gathered every ounce of knowledge I had accumulated over the years and exploited the vulnerabilities within the Illuminati's labyrinthine network. I became a master of deception, a chameleon blending into the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Finally, the day of reckoning arrived. The world outside these prison walls was blissfully unaware of the horrors that lay hidden within. With my heart pounding in my chest, I slipped away unnoticed, leaving behind a trail of chaos and confusion in my wake. I knew that the Illuminati would never let me go. They would hunt me relentlessly, seeking to silence the one who knew too much. But as I journeyed deeper into the abyss, a disturbing realization began to dawn on me. The Illuminati was not the only monster in this twisted tale. There was another predator lurking, a psychopath far more dangerous than anyone I had ever encountered. His name was Richard Blackwood, a fellow prisoner whose crimes had earned him a lifetime sentence of solitary confinement. It was through him that I discovered the true depths of human depravity. Richard reveled in the suffering of others, his mind a twisted maze of sadistic pleasure. I had become entangled in his web, unknowingly playing a role in his grand plan. He had orchestrated my escape, manipulating the Illuminati from the shadows, all to create chaos and unleash his reign of terror upon the world. Now, as I sit here, the bars of my prison cell a constant reminder of my own powerlessness, I can only wonder what horrors Richard has unleashed. The Illuminati, once my captors, now seem like mere pawns in his grand scheme. The world teeters on the brink of destruction, and I, Daniel Hartman, am but a puppet in this macabre play. The only solace I find is in the knowledge that the truth can still be revealed. Through these words, my testament, I offer a glimpse into the darkness that shrouds our world. The Illuminati, Richard Blackwood, and the countless others who wield power behind closed doors must be exposed, their secrets laid bare for all to see. But as I contemplate the extent of their influence, a chilling thought creeps into my mind. Could it be that their web of deception extends far beyond what I had ever imagined? Is there a greater force manipulating the strings, orchestrating this grand illusion? It's as if the world itself is a stage, and we, the unwitting players, are mere pawns in a game we can't comprehend. The nights grow longer within these prison walls, and the shadows whisper secrets that only the darkness can bear witness to. I can hear the faint echoes of footsteps, the distant murmur of conversations that send shivers down my spine. It is a constant reminder that I am never truly alone, that there are eyes watching my every move. As I delve deeper into my memories, I start to question my own sanity. Were my actions driven by a desire for truth and justice, or was I merely a pawn in a grand design, a piece carefully maneuvered to bring chaos to the world? The lines between reality and illusion blur, leaving me trapped in a maze of uncertainty. And then, in a sudden twist of fate, a visitor arrives in the depths of my confinement. A man clad in darkness, his eyes gleaming with an unsettling mix of malice and curiosity. He calls himself Gabriel, a seeker of forbidden knowledge, and he claims to know the truth behind the Illuminati's machinations. Gabriel speaks of ancient prophecies, of a hidden power that surpasses all human comprehension. He tells tales of a secret society within the Illuminati, a faction so powerful and enigmatic that even the most devout members are unaware of its existence. This elusive group, known as the Obsidian Circle, is said to possess unimaginable abilities, transcending the boundaries of the mortal realm. Intrigued and desperate for answers, I listen intently to Gabriel's words. He offers me a choice: to join forces with him, to embrace the darkness and confront the true puppet masters who pull the strings of our world. It is a dangerous proposition, one that could lead to my downfall or unlock the key to unraveling the web of deception that has ensnared us all. As the final strands of sanity slip through my fingers, I make my decision. I will embrace the darkness, venture into the heart of the conspiracy, and expose the true face of evil. The stage is set, the players assembled, and the curtain rises on a world teetering on the brink of revelation. But remember, dear listener, the path I tread is treacherous, and the consequences of my choices may echo through eternity. As the tale unfolds, secrets will be unveiled, alliances shattered, and the boundaries of reality shattered. Prepare yourself, for the story of Daniel Hartman, the Illuminati, and the psychopathic prisoner Richard Blackwood has only just begun. I sat alone in my dimly lit prison cell, the cold metal bars mocking my every move. It had been months since I was locked away, isolated from the outside world. My mind had become a breeding ground for madness, the silence of my confinement echoing through my thoughts like a haunting melody. But little did they know, I was not just an ordinary prisoner. No, I was something far more sinister. It all started years ago when I stumbled upon a secret society that called themselves the Illuminati. Their presence was hidden in plain sight, their influence reaching every corner of the globe. Curiosity consumed me as I delved deeper into their twisted rituals and clandestine operations. The more I discovered, the more I became convinced that I was destined to be part of their dark world. The night of my initiation was etched into my memory like a scar that refused to fade. A room shrouded in darkness, the air thick with anticipation. As I stood among the chosen few, a chilling voice echoed through the chamber, promising power beyond imagination. That night, I became one of them, a pawn in their grand design. But with power came a steep price. I was tasked with eliminating those who dared to oppose the Illuminati's plans. The blood on my hands stained my soul, but it fueled my hunger for more. The rush of taking a life, the control I had over their fate, it intoxicated me. Each kill brought me closer to the dark heart of the society, their secrets whispered in the shadows. Yet, even the most careful predator can become the prey. The Illuminati had their own secrets, secrets they guarded with ruthless precision. They began to suspect my growing hunger for power, my insatiable thirst for blood. And so, they orchestrated my downfall, betraying me in the most sinister of ways. It started with whispers of an anonymous tip, a clue to a hidden treasure that only I could uncover. They dangled the bait in front of me, knowing I would take it with reckless abandon. As I followed their breadcrumbs, I found myself in an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of town. The air was heavy with an eerie stillness, and I knew something wasn't right. With every step I took, the darkness seemed to close in around me. I felt their eyes watching from the shadows, the chilling presence of my former allies. But I pressed on, driven by a mixture of curiosity and madness. And then, I found it, the treasure they had promised. But it was not gold or jewels that lay before me. It was a coffin. A twisted smile played on my lips as I realized what they had planned. The lid creaked open, revealing a lifeless body, my own. They had set me up, betrayed me to the authorities, and ensured that my twisted path of destruction would come to an end. The darkness that had consumed my soul now swallowed me whole. As the realization sank in, the walls of the warehouse closed in around me. Panic gripped my heart as I struggled to escape the suffocating grip of the coffin. But it was futile. The psychopath had become the victim, the hunter now the prey. And as the lid closed over me, sealing my fate, I knew that the Illuminati had won. Now, in this cold, solitary prison cell, I await my inevitable demise. The echoes of my past deeds taunt me, haunting my every waking moment. But in the darkness, a flicker of madness remains. For even in the face of my own destruction, the psychopath within me still longs to rise once more, to seek revenge on those who betrayed me. And perhaps, just perhaps, I will have my chance. I sat alone in my dimly lit room, surrounded by conspiracy theories and ancient symbols. The air was heavy with the scent of incense, creating an eerie atmosphere that sent shivers down my spine. I had delved deep into the secrets of the Illuminati, determined to uncover the truth. Little did I know that this quest for knowledge would lead me down a path of darkness and despair. It all began with a peculiar message that arrived in my inbox one fateful evening. The sender's name was shrouded in mystery, merely a string of random numbers and letters. The email contained a cryptic invitation, enticing me to a secret gathering of enlightened individuals. It promised an experience that would forever change my perception of the world. Unable to resist the allure of the unknown, I embarked on a journey to the designated location, a secluded mansion nestled deep within the heart of the forest. The night was inky black, and the moon hid behind a thick blanket of clouds, casting an eerie glow on the dilapidated building before me. I hesitated for a moment, my heart pounding in my chest, but the promise of enlightenment beckoned me forward. As I entered the mansion, I was met with a scene straight out of a nightmare. Dim candlelight flickered, casting dancing shadows on the walls. The air was heavy with anticipation, and the hushed whispers of the attendees sent chills down my spine. Cloaked figures surrounded a central altar, adorned with intricate symbols and an ancient tome. The atmosphere was electric with anticipation, each participant hungry for the secrets that lay dormant within the room. Suddenly, the crowd fell silent as a woman emerged from the shadows. Her eyes gleamed with an otherworldly intensity, and her presence commanded the attention of everyone present. She introduced herself as Lady Isabella, a name that carried an air of mystique and danger. Her beauty was undeniable, but beneath her alluring facade, a darkness lurked. As the night wore on, Lady Isabella shared tales of power, manipulation, and control. Her words were laced with a twisted sense of charisma, leaving us all captivated by her every utterance. She spoke of an ancient order, the Illuminati, who had orchestrated world events for centuries. Her voice, like a siren song, enticed us deeper into her web of deceit. Days turned into weeks, and I found myself drawn deeper into Lady Isabella's world. She had a way of making me feel special, as if I held the key to unlocking the universe's greatest secrets. But as my infatuation grew, so too did the darkness that surrounded her. One evening, as Lady Isabella invited me to her private quarters, I stumbled upon a hidden room within the mansion. My heart pounded in my chest as I beheld the macabre scene before me. The walls were adorned with photographs, each depicting a person who had mysteriously vanished. Their eyes haunted me, reflecting the pain and terror they must have experienced before their untimely demise. A chilling realization washed over me like a tidal wave. I had fallen into the clutches of a psychopath. Lady Isabella had used her beauty and charm to lure unsuspecting victims into her world of darkness, sacrificing them to maintain her twisted sense of power. I was just another pawn in her game, and my life hung in the balance. With trembling hands, I made my escape from the mansion, vowing to expose the truth. But the road ahead would be treacherous, for Lady Isabella's reach extended far beyond the walls of that haunted place. I now live in constant fear, haunted by the memories of that night and forever looking over my shoulder, knowing that she could be watching, waiting to silence me. The Illuminati's dark influence permeated every corner of society, their tendrils reaching high into positions of power. Lady Isabella was just a small part of their grand design, a pawn who reveled in the chaos and suffering she inflicted. My determination to expose her and dismantle their network only grew stronger, fueled by a newfound sense of purpose. But the deeper I delved, the more perilous the path became. I discovered a web of corruption, blackmail, and unspeakable rituals that defied the boundaries of human comprehension. The world I once knew was merely a facade, a carefully constructed illusion to keep the masses ignorant of the true forces that governed their lives. As I uncovered more evidence, my life became a constant battle between my pursuit of justice and the ever-looming threat of the Illuminati. They left subtle warnings, a blood-red rose on my doorstep, a whispered threat in a crowded street, and unexplained accidents that befell those who dared to question their power. Paranoia consumed me, as I couldn't trust anyone. The lines between friend and foe blurred, leaving me isolated in my relentless pursuit. But it was during one sleepless night, as I pored over classified documents in my dingy apartment, that I stumbled upon a revelation that shattered everything I thought I knew. The truth, as it turned out, was far more insidious than I could have imagined. Lady Isabella was not just a psychopath driven by sadistic desires. She was, in fact, a mere pawn in a much larger game. The true orchestrator of the Illuminati's malevolence was a clandestine council of influential figures who manipulated the world with meticulous precision. Lady Isabella was their instrument, a pawn like me, seduced by promises of power and control. In a shocking twist, I discovered that Lady Isabella had also been a victim of their manipulations. The council had twisted her mind and used her as a puppet, carrying out their darkest desires while keeping her trapped in a web of her own madness. Her charismatic presence, the very essence that drew us all in, was a carefully constructed facade to further their cause. The revelation left me reeling, my sense of purpose shattered. I had been a mere pawn in their game, a cog in their vast machinery of control. But in that moment, a fire ignited within me. No longer driven by the desire for justice alone, I now sought revenge against those who had manipulated us all. Armed with the knowledge I had gained, I embarked on a dangerous journey to expose the council and dismantle the Illuminati's grip on the world. The road ahead was treacherous, fraught with danger and uncertainty, but I was determined to bring their reign of darkness crashing down. And so, I continued to navigate the shadows, an unlikely hero in a twisted tale of secrets and betrayal. The psychopath woman, once the embodiment of my fears, became a pawn in my own game of vengeance. The plot twisted, and the lines between good and evil blurred as I embarked on a quest that would shape the destiny of mankind. In this battle against the Illuminati, I became more than just a survivor. I became the harbinger of their downfall, the one who would expose their secrets to the world. But as the walls closed in around me, and the stakes grew higher, I couldn't help but wonder if I was merely a pawn in a larger game, manipulated by forces far beyond my comprehension.